Yo, what's going on, guys? Wildright123, aka Selena's Man Crush. Every single day we rocking out here. I'm bringing to you guys a Call of Duty gameplay, something I haven't played in a very, very long time. But this game was very interesting to me, so I decided to, download it, buy it, whatever you want to call it, and just hop right into it. Now, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on it. I put in some hours, and it's gonna be very similar to what a lot of people say. I'm not saying I'm the greatest or anything like that. I'm letting you know early on, I'm no Korean savage. I ain't no swag or nothing like that. But like, I just kind of play the game for fun, and I have a decent kill death ratio, and I know how to play the game of Call of Duty. But right off the bat, starting off, I was terrible. Like, I was terrible. Like, I didn't know what to do. It was a whole new experience to me. It feels like a whole new Call of Duty than what we were used to back in the day, like Modern Warfare 2 and things like that. But it takes some adjusting to, especially this ground war game that I hopped into. I hopped into the ground war. This isn't my second game. I've got some experience with this game. You can see my attachments and stuff. I'm using the specialist kill streak, as you will eventually realize when the gameplay goes on later on. But at the beginning, I was really, really bad. It took me a long time to level up, a long time to get used to the maps and stuff like that. But what I quickly realized that I need to do is just get used to one side of the map, because especially in ground war and things like that, I get used to one side of the map. That way I know where people are gonna spawn, I know where people like to hide, I know where there's like some head glitches or whatever, and just get used to that one side. And once I get used to that one side, then I can switch to another side and learn that way I'm not ruining my kill death ratio, and I'm not raging by getting sniped or killed by campers in a quarter using an LMG. Wink wink, nudge nudge to that guy. But I just did that to adjust, and because of that I was quickly able to like level up. And the biggest thing I realized, especially when I just started playing the game, is two things. I needed Ghost, because the way I like to move around and stuff like that, I'm not a camper. I need to move around, and it's just how I am. I like to be the aggressor of the team. But that's why I needed Ghost. I also, secondly, really needed a silencer on my gun. I'm using the Kilo, which apparently is the most overpowered gun in the game. I didn't know that. I just really liked how it was balanced. I can use it in short range, I can use it in long range, but I just liked how it was really balanced. So I decided to rock with this gun until I got comfortable, and then I switched it up to like the AUG or the M4 and using the shotguns, which are really overpowered and stuff like that. But my tip to people is just take it one step at a time. Get used to a game mode, get used to one side of the map, then get used to the whole map, then definitely get used to having Ghost on, unless you like to play different. I like to play with Ghost on because, especially with ground war, people are getting UAVs like it's nothing, and people always see you on the map. Like, it's really easy to see you on the map and things like that. So I definitely took some time to get adjusted to that. And then especially on ground war on this map, you can play fast paced, but you gotta get used to people on top of buildings. You gotta check like everywhere and move forward at the right time, things like that. And if your team's there, then you can probably push in or something like that, because you would not believe the amount of times I got sniped from the top of a building, or sniped from across the map, just because I thought this was any kind of Call of Duty. I'm just running around and stuff like that. And see, you get me a nice little kill there because I looked on my radar and noticed he was there. That, and the flag was contested, so I knew somebody else was there. But you gotta adjust. You can't play super fast unless you like MLG kind of player or stuff like that. But you can camp. I do not recommend anybody camping because it's no fun. And also, footsteps are really loud too, so I always have that silence on, and I'm making sure that things can pop up as fast as possible so people can't hear me or nothing. But this game is different, but I like it. The sound, it really immerses me into the game. Like, I really feel like I'm on a battlefield. If you see me stream this game, like, I'm really like focusing. I'm like looking around, looking at the map and stuff like that, taking cover, looking around, see if my teammates can push in and stuff like that. I really feel like I'm in the game, and it makes me feel really good. The guns sound amazing. Of course, they're coming out with some balancing sometime soon. I think shotguns are being balanced if they haven't been balanced already. But that's what is going on. And moving forward on this gameplay here, you can see that I'm trying not to camp as much, but I'm trying to play aggressive and stuff like that. See, I had to back out there because the flag was contested, but I didn't know where from. So I just backed out and came back in, got a kill, and now I'm moving on. But you gotta be kind of like aware of those kind of situations. You know, someone's capping the flag. You know, someone's there. You don't really know how many people are there, but some people are there. I tend to use like my grenades and flashbang stuff a lot more, because especially in ground war, because you'll probably catch like 2 or 3 people at least in there. Find myself looking around corners a lot more, trying to play aggressive here. See, like I'm pushing up, but like I'm checking corners and stuff like that. You know, doing a little sprint, stopping for a second, looking. Coast is clear. I'm sprinting again, looking. Don't see anybody. I'm sprinting again, holding on a second because I see the radar, whatever is going on there. And again, I'm sprinting forward, stopping. It's like you really gotta, like you've seen in the movies and stuff like that, you know, where they breach, you look around corners and they move and whatever, and it stays all clear. I'm crouching now because you see me at the B flag here, and I don't want my footsteps to be heard because you can hear these footsteps from a mile away. And I mean a mile away, I'm a mile away. Now, I'm in their spawn, so I can't play too aggressive, but like I'm an aggressive person, so like, you know, I gotta try and get these kills. So, you know, I got my specialist bonus, I back out, reload. I look at the doorway, no one's coming, okay, so I'm gonna close the door, put a claymore down because claymores are really strong, and I don't want somebody to come from that door and kill me. But I'm looking here. Another thing you gotta adjust to, especially if you're playing like capture the flag or domination, something like that, that dude scared the hell out of me, is that you have to acknowledge where the flags are captured, because wherever the flags are captured, you can tell that they're most likely either going to spawn there or spawn somewhere around there. So when you know what flags are captured, you can, you know, find your kills more effectively like that. But it does take some adjusting to and things like that. And if you don't have any like turtle beaches and stuff like that, that's also, even though you probably could still use like Apple headphones and still hear people's footsteps because they're like really loud and things like that. But here I did slow down the gameplay a little bit here because, like I said, I'm in their spawn or a spawn point, and I don't want to move too much because I feel if I rush too much, I will get shot at and I will get killed. I'm going a small little merciless here. I didn't even realize I'm on merciless, but once I found out, I was like, yo, I should probably streak up and try to get a nuke. But I don't usually play for nukes. Like I said, I'm no Korean savage. I ain't no swag. I just play the game. I'm not saying they're bad at the game or they're anything like that. I mean, what I'm saying is I'm not as good at them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as good as them, but I know I do try to play the game as best as I can, and I'm pretty competitive. You know, I would like to get better and stuff like that. See someone dies by the claymore there, just, you know, reload, re-up, and then put it back down. Because guaranteed if someone spawns at B, they're going to be spawning in that area. And they're probably going to run through that door and get killed by a claymore like he just did. But I'm holding this area down, hoping that my teammates will show up at some point. But I think my teammates weren't as good as they were supposed to be, so I'm over here dominating by my dang self. But I'm holding down this area because one thing, another big tip is if you die by someone 2 times in the same area, don't go back to the same door, because chances are if you keep going back to, wow, my accuracy is horrible, I had to get out of there. Chances are if you die 2 times in that area, he's probably still gonna be there, and if you die a 3rd time, he's probably gonna stay there thinking, you know, this guy's gonna keep coming back. I can just hold it down as I died right there because I went back instead of moving, and the guy knew I was gonna come back there because I've been there the entire time. But I learned the hard way because I was frustrated and competitive because I thought I was going to be good right off the bat. And look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I had to get used to and try to get in building more, because people will be at the top of roofs, which I'm not used to on Call of Duty, and snipe. And this is what I learned too. Look, you can jump, you can spawn with your teammates at the top, jump off as I almost die there, and coast down. I used to run all the way down the steps, man. All the way down the steps to waste like 2 minutes of trying to get kills and stuff. But now I realize you can jump off roofs and just, you know, deploy your glider. Jeez. I started doing that more often. I can get to places faster and things like that. So it feels good knowing that. But like I was saying, don't keep running back to the same spot over and over again. I made that mistake so much at the beginning. You know, once I learned that, you know, someone's camping in that area, I did like to challenge them a few times, but if I knew like I was gonna kill them with my gun and my gun attachments and stuff like that, like if he has a sniper and he's covering an area that's just wide open, why am I gonna try to run at him with like a submachine gun or usually an assault rifle that's not meant for that kind of distance? You know what I mean? Know your gun range and stuff like that. So look at this 2-piece I pick up there, and that's a 2-piece because I used my stun, so I was able to get them both. But yeah, it takes some adjustments too. I know a lot of people don't like the camping and stuff like that, and no one really likes campers ever. Never do people like campers. But it does take some adjusting too. And if you have friends that can push with you and, you know, take these campers out of the spot that they're in, then that also helps too. But I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay here. It's almost done. But, you know, it's your boy Wildstrider123. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch, Mixer, and I will be streaming more often. See you guys later. Bye.